All right, what is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. Video is coming out very late. My apologies, but had some things going on today. We've got a small little baby 6-game slate. We're going to talk about every game as always, and I'm going to give you my 5 best bets. We still got 5 today, but let's talk a little bit about yesterday. So good day. Gave you guys 6 best bets, and we went 5-1. The only game that we got hosed on was the Mets minus 1.5. Had I known that they were going to sit 2 starters, with one of them being Soto, probably wouldn't have touched that one, but it is what it is. We had the D-backs and the Giants over 8. That cash sweat-free by the 5th inning. Yankees money line, not as sweat-free, but they got the job done. Chris Bassett over 5.5 Ks, nailed that for us. We had the Marlins and the Cubs, nerfy, check. And we had the Rangers on the run line minus 1.5. So really good day. We went up a little over 3.5 units. So great day there. Let's get into this card. Game number 1 is going to be the Nats and the Braves. We've got Trevor Williams going up against AJ Smith. Shawver's had a great last couple of games. Is this the turnaround? I think so. I don't think he'll be as good as we've seen, but I think he's going to be pretty good. Now, as always, when you're looking at the Nats, you got to look at left-handers. How do they handle lefties? AJ's handled them very well, giving up a 172 average, 231 WOBA, and he strikes out lefties more than righties. He's got a 29.5% K rate against lefties. Now, this Nats team really doesn't K a lot, though. They've got a 20% K rate over the past week, 22% K rate over the last 2 weeks, 24 on the season. But I think it's a great spot for AJ. I think Trevor Williams should get shmacked. He's given up almost a 400 average to lefties, giving up a 205 to righties. But I like the lefties in this lineup. Michael Harris, Olsen, Verdugo, Ozzie Albies could be in there today. Hopefully they're not sitting anybody. That's my only fear. It is Thursday. Guys could not play. Yeah, I think there's definitely a Brave spot here. Good bounce back spot too. After a loss this season, Braves are 12-9, 13-6 at home as favorites. As dogs on the road, Nats are 5-11. After a win, they're 7-10 on the season. So we got a lot of good trends that work in this favor as well. If you want to take the Braves on the run line, you can. I'm actually going to fade Shawver Ks. So we're going to approach that a little bit different. We're going to take him to go under 5.5 Ks. I think he finishes at 5. And we're going to take the Braves on the money line. We get plus 140 when we go that route. Next game is going to be the Twins and the Orioles. Chris Paddock going up against Tomoyuki Sugano. Sugano 4-2 on the year with a 2.72 ERA. He's pitched very efficiently. Going up against Paddock 1-3 with a 4.76 ERA. That 4.76 is highly inflated from one really bad start. But he's been very good. These two pitchers have very similar numbers over the past 3 or 4 games. Sugano is going to give up probably 2 earned runs. That's just where he's at. 1 to 3, you can lock it in. He's not really a 0 earned run guy. That said, he did do it against the Yankees this season, but he's somewhere in that 2 to 3. It's kind of where he's at. He's a crafty guy. He's not going to blow it by you with a bunch of heat. He's going to throw some junk. He's going to pitch to soft contact. Paddock is pitching really well. Last game against the Giants, he went into the 8th inning, only gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run. Gave up 3 to Boston, 1 to Cleveland, 2 to the White Sox, 1 to the Braves. So I like how he's pitching as of late. My only concern with the Twins here is they used their entire bullpen yesterday. And I don't mean figuratively, literally, they used their entire bullpen, every single bullpen arm through yesterday in their doubleheader. So Orioles have seen every arm. So I do have a little bit of concern there, and I can see why the Orioles are favored today. We got a 1-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. It's going to be 77 degrees, mid-humidity, and low pressure. All this stuff is good for carry. Home runs are going to be up about 10%, runs about 11. Paddock is a fly ball pitcher. 64% of his outs come via the fly ball. Sugano is a little more evenly split with the fly ball and the ground ball. Like I say, he throws a lot of soft contact. Runners in scoring position, he's been good. Paddock's been about league average. I still lean Twins here, man. I think they just absolutely get the job done here, but I'm not going to bet it. It's a shifty line. Twins still have a massive bullpen advantage. You look at lefties against this O's team, that's really what scares me. another team that just has a decent amount of lefties today. They're going to be hitting probably 6 lefties. Paddock's done really good against lefties, giving up a 182 average. Righties is what's been kind of killing him, giving up a 280 average. Sugano, he's just kind of even to both sides of the plate, 234 to lefties, 215 to righties. Twins are the opposite. They're very righty dominant. They should only have like 3 lefties today. So it kind of evens each other out. You're getting the Twins at plus money, but it's also a getaway day. If we look at, recent trends, after a loss this season, Orioles are 12-13. After a win, they're 2-13. So they've lost 2 in a row. It's kind of on the Orioles winning. If we look at the Twins on the road as dogs, they're only 6-8 on the season, but after a win, they're 15-7. But you got to remember, they've won 10 straight. So are you going to back a team that's on a 10-game winning streak or back a team that's 2-8 in their last 10, even though they're the home team? So it's Twins or nothing for me. I just can't get behind that. Over-under of 9, even with the wind blowing in. I think both of these pitchers are probably going to pitch to a low-scoring game. It's the day after a doubleheader. It's an early game. That trend favors the under. All right, next one. Going to be my red legs. White Sox and the Reds. Reds got the job done in the L column yesterday on Pete Rose Day, of all the days. Disrespectful. Absolute trash. Reds need to score some runs bad. They are on a hell of a streak of not scoring runs. 2-8 in their last 10. Losers of 3 straight. White Sox have won 3 straight games, guys. Hell might be freezing over. That's scary. This is a team that after a loss is 9-20 on the season, still 5-17 as dogs on the road. Reds, after a loss this season, are 11-12. They're only 6-9 at home as favorites. This is a Reds team that is one of the worst teams scoring runs at home in the best ballpark to score runs. I mean, that's a travesty. We've got Bryce Wilson on the hill for the White Sox. He's 0-1 with a 3.13 opponent average, 4.88 ERA, going up against Nick Martinez, who is 1-4 with a 4.23 ERA, 2.70 opponent average. Now, Nick Martinez does pitch a little bit better at home than he does on the road. He's got a 3.57 home ERA in 4 games, but Bryce Wilson also pitches better on the road with a 3.24 ERA in 4 games on the road. So you've got kind of conflicting data here. I mean, do I think that the Reds get swept? No. I think the offense wakes up. I think the White Sox bullpen is taxed. Reds still have some really good arms in there. They should have Santillan. They should have Ashcraft. They have Pagan if they need him. I mean, he went 30, but that was 2 nights ago. So give me the Reds here. Only way you can find value is on the run line or take some type of negative correlated pitcher prop. But I do like the Reds to at least win this game, for God's sakes. I would lean towards the under as well. All right, next one. Rays and the Jays. Chris Bassett coming through for us like a champ. We've got Zach Littell going up against Kevin Gausman. Gausman at home this season's been really good. 3 home starts, giving up a 2 ERA. He's basically right around 200 average to lefties and righties. Littell pretty much around 240. We'll say 243 would be his average, pretty much to both sides of the plate. Giving up some decent hard hit percentages. Very little soft contact. He's struggling with runners in scoring position, which Gausman is too. Both giving up 333 plus average with runners in scoring position. Blue Jays have actually been getting the job done offensively with runners in scoring position. They're hitting well. This is actually the #1 hitting team against righties over the last 2 weeks. Good job, Toronto. And they've got a good pitcher on the bump tonight. This Rays team, I just can't get behind them, man. So give me the Blue Jays. It's heavily juiced here. Not sure how we'd want to find value in this one. Maybe could honestly look at a first inning Nerfy. Both of these teams aren't great scoring runs in the first. I'm sure there's probably a good number there for that. But in Toronto, not really something I want to get down with. I just don't like the splits here. I think guys like Chandler Simpson's going to struggle. Caminero probably not going to have a good day. Jankowski, I don't like his spot for Tampa Bay on the Toronto side. I like Bo Bichette. I like Varsho. I think Springer has a decent day. Santander probably has a pretty decent matchup. I think Vlad actually doesn't have a good day. So that could be a way you could do it. Take Vlad under hits, runs, and RBIs, but take the Blue Jays to win. Probably get a nice little plus value play there. Next game is going to be the Astros and the Rangers. Best pitching matchup on the board today. Hunter Brown going up against Jacob deGrom. Brown 6-1 on the year. deGrom 3-1. Hunter Brown giving up an opponent average of 180 and an ERA of 1.48. deGrom 2.72 ERA, 2.15 opponent average. This Astros team's been hitting. This is new, but they are a top 5 offensive team in baseball over the past 2 weeks. But deGrom has been pretty damn solid, giving up a 194 average to righties, 231 to lefties, about a 26% K percentage, 167 average with runners in scoring position. Hunter Brown 222 average with runners in scoring position, giving up a 160 average to lefties, 193 to righties. So they've been dominant. Both of these guys have been absolutely freaking dealing. This Astros bullpen's been fantastic. Second best ERA in baseball at 2.78. Now the issue here is the Nerfy. Astros suck at scoring runs in the first inning. They're second worst in baseball. But this Nerfy's really juiced. It was kind of the first thing I thought of, but it's minus 150. So me and everybody else thought of that. In terms of trends, after a win this season, Astros are only 7-14. Rangers are 13-9 after a win, and they've won 5 straight. So they're on a heck of a winning streak here. On the road as dogs this season, the Astros are 3-3. And then another conflicting stat is it's like first game of the series on the road, they're like 1-6. So it's not been good. That said, I'm going with the Astros at plus money today. So I think deGrom has a pretty decent day. I think his K-prop's a little inflated, but I am going with the Astros on the money line here. One of the things I like is the first 5 under, so we're going to pair those up as well. So we're going to take deGrom under 5.5 Ks and the first 5 under 5 at plus 172. So I do like that. Next play is going to be, or next game, I should say. It's actually the last game. It's going to be the Athletics and the Dodgers. As Valdo Beto going up against Matt Sauer. Looks like probably going to be some type of interesting mix of pitching today for the Dodgers, but we do have the wind blowing out at 6 miles an hour. It's going to be blowing out to the kind of left center, so home runs and runs are going to be up. Actually, runs are going to be down slightly. Pretty much even, though. But Sauer's 1-0 with a 1.54 ERA over 11 innings this season. Osvaldo Bido, 2-3 with a 280 opponent average and almost a 5 ERA. Definitely weaker against righties, giving up a 333 average, 236 to lefties. Sauer is very weak to lefties, giving up a 375 average to lefties. And there are 4 lefties in this lineup today. I don't expect Sauer to be in the game that long, though, so not going to delve too much into that. On the Beto side, he's going to face a decent amount of lefties today. Should get a nice, healthy dose of like 6 lefties in this lineup today. I think like Andy Pages, Will Smith, and Mookie Betts might be the only righties in this lineup today. But it's a getaway day, so we'll have to see. I like the over in this one. I got the over 9 at like minus 120 something. It's a little more juice now today, or at this time, I should say. So if you can still get the 9, great. I think the 9.5 is feasible. Athletics team total over 3.5. I do like that at minus 125, I believe is what it was this morning. So I like that as well. So a couple different options there. All right, let's get into our best bets. Get you guys on your way. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord, absolutely free. Link is down below. All right, first play on the card is going to be Freddie Freeman to get a ribby. I like Freddie, man. He's been absolutely knocking this number out of the ballpark. He's been their RBI guy. So I love him today with this matchup. Going up against Beto, I think he definitely gets a little ribby action going. It's going to be some hot ribby action. I think he just hits a home run, too. He's actually got a pretty nice prop to hit a dinger today. Give me AJ Shulver under 5.5 Ks and the Braves to win. Just trying to find some value. I'm not taking minus 218 on a money line here. And then we already talked about the deGrom in the first 5 under. Give me the A's on the money line. I think it's a tight game. I've got this really tight. I've actually got the under 7, so that could be another option there. But going with the A's just to win. And then give me the Dodgers and the A's over 9. Like I said, I got this minus 128 on DraftKings. A little more juice now. You could take over 9, or you could even do like over 8. Athletics team total over 2.5 or 3.5. However, you can find some value there. Those are the plays on this little baby 6-game slate. Big Friday coming up. Appreciate you guys tuning into the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.